Hello, and welcome to Survived Unexpected with your host, Frank Pacino. And joining me today is Amanda Bryan. And today we're talking about Survivor 41, Episode 6. Sorry we didn't do Episode 5. I was sick and it just wasn't going to
Sick.
happen.
Sick.
Yeah.
Thought you had COVID again.
Oh, no, it wasn't that bad. But, uh, oh, so what'd you think of this episode?
I liked this episode, actually. I liked it. I thought your eyes already. You're like, I liked it. I thought it was really good. I actually liked the no elimination. I liked that we got a full almost hour of solid just game talk other than the comp. And actually I liked the comp. I thought the comp was really good. You could see how tired they were. So like there are definitely parts of the episode I liked, and then of course Erica is in my draft, so it was nice to actually see her, get some screen time. So that was cool.
Yeah, I didn't mind the character moments. I just felt like, why couldn't we just get a 2 hour episode?
Yeah, that's what everyone's been saying. Like we should have
Yeah.
just got a 2 hour episode.
Which I would have no complaints about this episode. Like, I enjoyed it. I just felt like we had the appetizer and like that's all you're getting for food.
They pretty much what they did is they gave us a double elimination in the beginning. They big brothered us is what they did, and now they're
Mm.
making up for it now by not doing elimination now, so we're on track again.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean, and they should know by Big Brother fans they don't like that shit. Like we don't
No.
like double eliminations. Like it would have been nice to see Sarah maybe be there one more week. You know what I mean? Like just to see how she
I
holds up.
enjoy double eliminations actually. So, but to
Not in the
me,
beginning though. Not the
not the very
first
beginning. Not the
day.
very beginning. No. I
No.
mean, to be fair, we didn't lose that much, so it wasn't that big of a
No, I
deal.
guess not.
But it was just like we got a lot of built up to what's going to happen, and there would be ultimately no resolution to it this episode.
Yeah.
Like and that's my issue with this episode, that it like led to everything, and then by the end of it, all that
They
build
gave us a
up
cliffhanger.
and all that build up could amount to nothing.
Yeah,
So
good.
all that stuff they built up throughout the episode could mean absolutely nothing by next week.
Because it's all going to be restarted or shifted over.
Yeah. So
Hmm.
all that work and all that planning, all that diary rooms about Erica going, da da da, that whole section right there was like 15 minutes, and it could amount to nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, bless you. Oh, goodness.
Oh, thank you.
See, he sounds sick. Um, but see, I don't know. I don't know. I like the character. Again, I like character moments. I like that we got character moments of people that we haven't seen yet. That's what I liked. We got a little bit more of Tiffany. We haven't seen we haven't seen anything with her in a little while. We got more of Erica. We got more of Deshaun a little bit. And it's like, I like getting some more from these characters that we don't see very often. Heather's an entity. Like, she's not even, she doesn't even exist
Yeah,
on the
she's
show.
probably
Like,
locked.
they're
She's
man.
locked the final 5 or 6, right?
Oh, easily. She has to be. If
Yeah,
you take her to try into final, to least to knowing that she's not going to win immunity. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like at least you have to at least do that. But and she's probably pleasant enough to be around. You just have to be
yeah.
good for her.
She's nice and she
Literally
works hard,
lift her up. You have to literally lift her up.
but she doesn't stop. She works hard. We
No,
never
she
seen
does
her,
work hard. Mm-hmm.
and you see
At
it.
her
The efforts
age, she's a
there.
queen. She really is.
Yeah,
Like, can you imagine doing that? I can't imagine doing that shit now.
yeah.
Like, double my age. Like, there's no way.
So the start of the episode, we get to back to Ricard and Shan talking about, can I get my advantage back? Da da da. And then to me, it lasted far too long. I dragged it out. It
Yeah.
was like 5 minutes long of them saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again for him to eventually give back the advantage.
Yeah.
If you were Ricard, would you give back her advantage?
Um, Probably, but I'm going to explain to you why. Because I think I would have, in the sense of it's the right thing to do in a way. I like that he tempted her. I like that he was like, I could not give this back to you at all. You know what I mean? Like you're really poking the bear here, but I like that ultimately at the end he did give it back to her, because that just proves that he's proving to her himself, we are together. We do have a final two, but your disloyalty in me that's going to be hesitant. That's going to make me hesitant. And I'm proving that to you. And now now that you've calmed the fuck down, I'm going to give you your advantage back. You know what I mean? But I think he did it in the right way of like, don't mess with me. You know what I mean? I'm going to, I got your back, girl. But the minute you think I don't, I won't. And
See,
that's
this is
what he did.
my issue. If I was Ricard, if I was going to give back the advantage,
Hmm.
I think he pressed a little too hard on it, because if you're going to give her back the advantage, you want her to feel like you're doing it because you trust her, not because you're just raking her over the coals. I think
Right.
he could have done it in a different way, where say, hey, I don't like that you're distrusting me. I want you to trust me. You should be able to trust me. We're in this together, yada yada. Do all that
Right.
stuff, right? And but he did it in such an aggressive manner that it was almost like he was like forced, like trying to force her to say something that she didn't want to say, and all that jazz. And it was
Yeah.
just weird.
Their relationship is really interesting
Yeah,
because they're both such powerhouses, and they have to, like, they're both control freaks, 100%. They both are so fixated on controlling their own fate, and they know that working together is probably their best option, but they have such conflicting strong personalities that it's hard to. It's like taking two magnets and like holding them together. You know what I mean?
mm,
I think it's essentially what's happening with them, and it's going to be interesting to see at the merge how this is going to go, because
right.
now that Shan is with Liana, and they made, Danny, it was Danny,
Deshaun,
Leon, Shan, and
Deshaun.
Deshaun.
Hmm.
And they have each other's backs now. So is Shan's in the Tiffany position right now. She's running the game. She's the best player. Is she gonna go with her number one? You know, which in a sense is Ricard. Ricard. Or is she gonna go with Liana, Deshaun, and Danny? It's gonna be
Right.
interesting to see how. I hope, and this sounds weird, I hope that she doesn't go with that alliance, because I want to see her make the opposite decision that Tiffany did. I want to see her pick her number one over that alliance that she made second.
Like, this is the way I see, like, the new cookout, in a sense.
That's what people are calling
Shan,
it. Yeah, the
yeah,
new
Shan
cookout.
is Tiffany.
Yeah,
Liana is Hannah. Danny is Xavier, and Deshaun is Kyland.
literally, bro. It's like
It's
perfectly to a T.
yeah.
It mirrors each other so well, and I
Hmm.
don't think it's obviously it's not on purpose, because these people have not seen Big Brother 23.
Yeah.
They're literally playing this game right now while Big Brother 23 was airing.
Hmm.
So they didn't know any of it until they got out of the house. So
Yeah.
it's going to be, or out of off the island. It's going to be really interesting to see what Shan does. I think Shan's a boss player, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
she is absolutely killing it. She's leaps and bounds above everybody else game wise. I can't think of anybody else that competes with her game wise. Can you? Maybe Evie.
I don't think Evie, because I think Evie lost her place in the tribe by voting out Valche. She lost her power. She gave it to
Gotcha.
Leanna
Yeah.
and Tiffany. Tiffany. She had the power to say, Leanna, let's vote off Tiffany here.
Yeah.
Xander can't vote, so if we go to tribal again, we'll just vote out Valche, because he won't be able to vote. So
Yeah.
either way, she would have been sitting pretty, and she would have gone home. But by her wanting to stick to the ladies, she made a move that was less optimal for her, because now Tiffany is Tiffany. She is wild. She's wild. You really can't fully trust what she's gonna do. And Liana is making bonds with other people. That's not Evie. Where do you see Evie falling into place right now? Like, she
Well,
doesn't.
I think that Evie keeps talking about how she wants to get rid of Xander and how Xander's a threat. I don't think Evie's going to. I really don't. I think that Evie talks a big game. It's kind of like that Kaguya Brain alliance. Like, everybody, like, they want to get each other out, but they know that they can't because they're each other's best, shield or option. And I think that Evie's gonna have that with Xander. She knows that Xander's a threat. He's got all these advantages, but she kind of needs Xander in a way because she's still the minority. She's still in the minority alliance and tribe per se in this game, and she's safe right now, but she's about to not be safe if
Yeah.
if she breaks that time, that hourglass. So I think that she was going to rely, she's going to try to sweet talk, she's going to try to sweet talk Xander. Or I could see her going to Lyanna and asking Lyanna to use her advantage to take the idol from Xander to get him out. But I think that is going to ruin her game with Lyanna because Lyanna is smart. I mean, Lyanna was just saying how smart Tiffany was. You know what I mean? And how she's scared of Tiffany because Tiffany's coming at her all sideways. That's what's going to happen with Evie too.
Yeah. Did we
If
see a
Evie goes
conversation?
in,
Do we see a
huh?
conversation of Tiffany talking to Lyanna about
The
or not
advantage.
Lyanna, about the no Sydney. Tiffany was talking to Sydney. Was she talking about the advantage? It was like very brief.
Oh,
Like
I don't know.
you don't
I
remember
don't
that?
know about
She's
that.
like
I
she
do
didn't.
remember what you're talking about. Yeah,
It
they
was
showed that.
like
It was when
they merged together.
Xander and Danny were talking. No, it was when Xander and Nasir were talking,
Yeah, and she
and
was
they
like,
showed they peeped the
she kept it
background,
from
and
me or
Tiffany was
something like
talking.
that.
Yeah,
And
man, I didn't think about that.
it was like very brief. Who knows exactly what they were talking about? It seemed weird to leave out like the context. Like we got like 2 words, 3 words from that sense, like that conversation. I was like, go back, go back. What are we doing
Yeah,
here? They're talking about something. I want to know what they're talking
I
about.
know what it is. This is when you
So,
wish we had live feeds, right?
yeah, so
Maybe they'll
that
give us maybe they'll give us a sneak peek of it, like an extra clip of
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I hope.
maybe because that feels like they were talking about something important, right? It felt like it.
Felt like it.
Um. So we get to find all the tries, find out they're pretty much merging, pack everything. So we see them all pack. They move into the merge. This is one of the most convoluted merges ever. It took me a minute to understand what the hell was going on. I'd like
Well, what
rewind
they're
it and
essentially
listen to.
doing is having it. Like, for one, okay, for one, I want to start because, and I'm probably going to be like the non-majority in this. I love that you have to earn your way to the merge. I think that is a great idea. I think that it makes the game even that much harder. Just stepping into merge by missing so many votes. Luvu didn't have to do anything to get there. They never had to go to tribal council. They never had to game. And then they automatically make merge. And I think it's awesome that they have it to where it's a little bit harder to get into merge because it helps these teams that get their way all the way through to the merge. And then, oh my God, here they are, and they're the majority alliance. They're going to pagon them off. I like it. I like that they have to do this. Now, I don't necessarily know how I feel about the time turner part of it yet, but I do like that you have to, like, quote unquote earn your way to the merge. I think that's cool.
To me, it seemed like a big waste of time.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm saying because like the people who ultimately win the challenge, if the time turner isn't turned, did you think any of them were really in danger? Nasir, no, I didn't see him going
Oh,
anywhere.
Nasir's in trouble for sure. They were talking about in their episode earlier because they know he has an
Liana taking
idol.
his idol but not voting him out.
Well, why would they take his idol and not vote him out? That's a
I
horrible
don't know.
idea.
Yeah, but they had to have the votes. That's the
Yeah.
thing. They had to have the votes. So
They could have
Nasir, I
voted
don't
for
think he
taking his
was.
idol
He,
away.
I don't think he'd be in trouble for the first vote. Danny, I don't see him going the first vote at all. Deshaun, I don't see him going. Sydney, I don't see her going because those
Sydney's gonna
three,
go if she ruins it herself.
yeah,
People are gonna be turned off by her personality or by her. They've already covered part of that this episode about how rough she is and how hard she kind of is to get along with, and
mhm,
they wouldn't have peeped that back earlier if they weren't going to use it again later. So I
yeah.
think that maybe we might have some foreshadowing of her, having a tough time getting along with some other people or having an argument with some people or something along those lines.
Uh, um, and Evie, who won too, she was
Mhm.
she really gonna be? I don't think she's in a great spot, but I don't think she's in a spot to be first boot of the merge. And that's what I'm saying. Like ultimately, I think this challenge amounted to nothing unless the time turners played.
Well,
And
it's going to be. They don't have twists in these games without the everyone
yeah,
doing it. They're going to pressure. For one, Erica going to exile. Oh, we'll get to it. We'll get to that
yeah.
part later.
So basically, they had dropped their buffs and they had to draw a rock each. And there's 12 of them, 5 yellow, 5 blue, or no, yeah, 5 yellow, 5 blue, and 2 grays. Basically, the yellows and blues are going against each other. The 2 grays are sitting. If you were in that position, what rock would you want? Would you want to compete, or do you want to be one of the grays?
Well, I mean, probably one of the Grays.
Sign
I
me up for
prefer
one
to
of the
be
grays.
Yeah, I would
Sign me up
prefer
for
to be
one of
one
the
of the Grays
grays.
because The only thing I
Yo,
wouldn't like about that, that's what I thought they were going to do, was the Greys were going to be, before they explained it, if they were to do that, I would think the Greys would be captains. I would not want to be a tribe captain. I would
no.
not want that. Not want that at all. So like I would be scared in that sense of like, okay, now that we have these people who are off of the side, when they come back, they're going to choose who they want on their tribe. That's how I thought it was going to go there for a second, but it didn't. Um, I don't know.
Sign me up for one of the Greys because these people are going to these islands and getting these advantages. I want some of these fucking advantages because they're
Yeah.
giving them out like hotcakes. They're like, here, have one. Here, you have
Literally,
one.
Beth came in a boat and gave her an advantage.
Just
Remember
literally just gave her.
Remember those days of like Cook Islands when Yule had to fucking swim to 5 different islands to find a clue to an idol? Those days are gone. Jeff literally comes up on a boat and hands it to you.
Yeah,
It's
or
ridiculous.
hide it in the fire pit
It's
right in
not
the front of the
Survivor
can.
anymore. It's
Um,
strategy.
I feel like this merge is like them jumping the shark a little bit.
They're getting the
I'm
swap and the merge and combining them together in one big bow.
and it was just it is so convoluted. I literally had to rewind it and like listen to what was going on exactly because they're like half a safe, half not safe. I'm like, and they're like half earned the merge, and technically they all earned the merge, but one just got a merge feast and is just
Well,
winning
what?
the merge
No.
feast.
So no. So what it is so you start with the two teams. Okay, they're going to verse each other. Whichever one wins automatically goes to merge. They get to enjoy the feast. The other team loses. They have to compete again, and then amongst themselves, and then that's who they gets individual immunity within that group, and then the rest of them are vulnerable to be voted out.
Okay, yeah,
I think that's how. Listen, my hands are
yeah.
up because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's
Yeah,
how
I
it's
think you're
going.
right, but technically they are quote unquote merged, no matter what.
I
That's
mean,
the
if they
way.
don't go home, that's the thing. Is they're like,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, yeah, it's a merge, but it's really. I mean, Jeff's kind of was kind of right because
Mhm.
yeah, it's a merge, but you also have an opportunity to go home if you don't want individual immunity, which
Yeah.
is it's the same as a merge, but I don't know, it's different. I guess it's just giving a
It's
bunch of people immunity instead of just one.
to me, this is something the challenge would do. And
Yeah.
Survivor, you're not the challenge. You don't want to be the challenge. You want to be Survivor. Don't do something like this. This was not a good look, in my opinion.
This was their first merge since the pandemic, first season coming in. Um Also, I think that season 42 is going to mirror this. Season 42 is going to mirror this until they get the reception back about 41 and they can start reshaping 43 and 44. That's
Yeah.
what's going to happen. Can you
So
believe that we're going to get another brand new season of Survivor in like 16 weeks?
I know.
That's
Uh
crazy.
these poor Xander. I feel so bad for Xander. This
Dude,
man's
I
been
do
carrying
too.
This man's been carrying his tribe on his back and doing all this heavy lifting to win these challenges to avoid going tribal. Yes, he's hitting the help, but he look, let's face it, he has Tiffany on his tribe, and Evie's no like Olympic athlete, so
No.
it's he hasn't had the best. And then these tribes are so unbalanced. These teams are so unbalanced.
Oh,
Listen to this:
so
the yellow
unbalanced. You got Heather and
Xander.
Tiffany on the same tribe together.
Yeah. Aunt Heather, Xander, Tiffany, Liana, and Shan. I'm like sitting there, I'm like
You
looking at
know
this
that
try.
Xander's gonna carry their asses again, dude. Xander
And
so loves
and then it
Xander.
goes on the blue is Danny, Deshaun, Ricard, Evie, and Sydney. Sydney's probably the best girl on it physically.
I don't know about that. I think Liana is a little bit more
Okay,
over
okay, well,
the
okay.
giver.
I would say Liana, Shan, and her are the three best
Yeah,
girls
I would
physically.
say so. I would agree with
So
that.
they got like one of the best girls, and Evie, like I said, she's not Olympic athlete, but she's not Tiffany or Heather. She's not an
No.
anchor. So their worst person is better than two of their people.
Yeah.
So going and the beginning of the challenge, they have to dig this boulder out of the sand and then push it out. The blue tribe just destroys that
Oh yeah.
portion, leaves the yellow tribe in the back burner.
But you know what? It gave good proof of okay, we're gonna have the physical tribe, but we're also gonna have the mental tribe too. It takes the blue tribe took double as long to do
Yeah.
that puzzle. because the Yellow Tribe was close. I don't know if you saw the shot of the other puzzle at the end, but they were only like maybe 4 letters away from winning it
Yeah.
themselves. So I mean,
Um.
they were able to catch up really, really. They were way behind. Like they were way behind at one point.
Uh. Uh. I like that part where Nasir and Erica are talking about the challenge. Say, "Good job, Evie," and then you hear Erica going, "Aviv," and then he's like, "Oh, is that Aviv?" And she's like, "Yeah." He goes,
It's
"Oh,
Evie.
go Aviv, go Aviv." Sorry,
Oh my god.
but
Go
he's like,
Evie.
and then and she's like, "It's Evie," and he's like, "Oh, it's Evie," and she's like, "Yeah." He's like,
Is
"Oh,
Evie her
go
real
Evie."
name?
Yeah,
Is it?
I believe so.
Oh.
Aviv, Aviv.
No, Evie.
I know. I'm just messing
Oh.
with you.
Like,
But no,
you're worse.
no. And so that was just a fun moment. The Blue
Dude, I
Tribe
loved
dominant.
Nasir and Xander together. Like them
Yeah.
pairing together. I was like, oh my god, it's like my dream alliance this season. Please let Xander and oh man, it'd be so good.
You know, it's like an off-brand coach and an off-brand Philip Shepard, right?
Stop it. Don't you dare. Don't
It's
you dare.
it's the RC.
Philip,
It's the RC and what's the another Fago?
No, absolutely not. Xander, no. Are you saying that Philip is like Nasir? Because I will hit you. Nasir is so much better than Philip.
Nasir loves Philip though.
Nasir is better than Philip.
I would say that, but that's why he's off-brand. He's an off-brand. He's the RC. He's the RC Philip Shepard.
Dude, I fucking love Coach too. So don't even. I love Coach.
He's Xander's the Fago to the coach. So this challenge is tough. I would give it credit. The Yellow Tribe worked so hard to get up there. It's just they literally all use their entire bodies to get up there. And the entire time the Blue Tribe's already up there. They had to climb on top of the boulder. And these girls are like trying to pull Xander up. Shan was just a beast in this challenge for the Yellow Tribe. And then when you get to the
I think that this is going to be really interesting because you have the Yellow Tribe who lost, okay? But they busted their ass to almost win. And then if Erica flips this thing, okay, they're gonna go back, and I bet they're gonna win. And if they do, they're gonna be so unified and feel so good.
No, they don't have to do another challenge.
And Liana is just gonna be heightened. It's gonna.
If she breaks it, all it does is make those people safe and makes the other people not safe. So they gotta do another challenge. Yeah,
that's true.
So the last part where they had to do the running wall. All the women get up there for the Yellow Tribe, and you have Heather holding onto Shan, and then you have Tiffany holding onto Liana, and Xander runs up, grabs both the girls' hands, and they all legit pull Xander up. It's like one of the craziest like tribe moments you can ever see.
It was really good. Listen, I love that comp. Did you like the comp?
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Really good, and it was really good to see a comp where it wasn't a shutout, but it seemed like it was going to be, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? We got some good suspense with it.
Let's face it, the Yellow Tribe made that challenge. If the challenge was a blowout or the Yellow Tribes just zipped through it, it wouldn't have been as good. What made it good was how much effort and how much want they showed in that challenge. That's what made that challenge good.
Did you get Survivor Africa vibes from the big giant boulder?
Oh yeah, when Kelly and who's the other one gets knocked over by the other boulder.
Yeah, I just like crushed by the boulder. That shit was great.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, they just ran her over. They didn't even see if she's okay. They just kept going.
Kept going. They wanted to win. Oh, Jesse that filled out. I don't remember. That shit was so good.
Yeah. So that was a word puzzle. I'd be like, good job, guys. I'd be in the background clapping.
See, I'd be on it. I'd be on that word puzzle, like on it.
Yeah, and Blue Tribe wins. Like I said, they should have won by far. They were up there forever. It felt like compared to the Yellow Tribe.
The puzzle again?
It was Ricard and Danny. Why is Danny's a weird choice to me?
I kind of thought that too. I kind of thought that Danny was a weird
I
choice.
for sure thought Evie was gonna do it.
Yeah, I did. No, Evie's on the yellow tribe.
No, she was on the blue
Oh yeah,
tribe.
she was in blue tribe. That's right. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I thought her and Ricard would do it. Be honest with
Yeah.
you. But yeah, they went to try. So the twist was they got to pick one of the gray people or people who drew the rock to come eat the merge feast and be safe with them, and then had the other person would be in exile for 2 whole days, which is a rough sentence in my
That is a
opinion.
rough sentence.
Right before like a merge, and it just sounds awful. My crazy ass would probably still want to go because I'm like, dude, they're handing out like advantages like hotcakes. I want one. But yeah, they picked Nasir. They said they did rock paper scissors, but like nobody's seen them do rock paper scissors, right? Like I'm not crazy. Like I didn't see them do it.
I didn't see them do rock paper scissors unless they cut it out.
Unless they cut it out, I didn't see it, and I'm like, why would you say
I
that?
thought
Just
it was
play.
smarter than to do that because then they don't make an enemy that way. But I think they picked. I mean, listen, when they picked Erica, I was like, this poor little girl's gonna break. She's gonna fucking break and cry. Like she's not
Yeah,
gonna be out looking for an idol in the fucking cold, rain, dark. There's no way.
yeah. I thought so too. I was like, oh, that's rough for Erica. I feel bad for her. But Danny did want to pick Nasir because he wanted to keep the guys around, which is it's not a bad move. It's not a bad move at all because the women are definitely dominating over in numbers.
Yeah.
But I think they have a leg up when they have Sydney and Heather aren't going to turn on them, Danny or
No, I don't
Deshaun.
think so either. I wonder. I think it's going to be interesting to see how Sydney survives in this merge try because she's just such a strong personality, and so is Evie. And
Yeah.
they're either going to get along really well, or they're going to clash really hard. It's going to be
So
one or the other.
let's just say hypothetically, Erica switches up and the people who were safe aren't safe anymore. That means Danny, Nasir, Deshaun, Evie, and who was the last one? Sydney. Who would you think be in trouble? And who do you think would be in trouble the most there?
I think Evie would try to convince Leon to take Nasir's idol away and vote Nasir out.
I can see that. But I think the only problem is, let's see, so it'd be Erica, Ricard, Shane, uh, Heather, and Tiffany. It's such a weird bloating
as well and vote Erica out.
block. It's like, Erica would be safe in that scenario.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So it's hard to say. Like I don't even know.
It's hard to say.
I think one of the girls would go home,
Maybe
Evie or Sydney.
Maybe she won't do it, and she wants to stay true to that 5 alliance that she made.
Oh, okay.
Because when she does this, her whole past tribe is going to be in trouble now.
And guess what?
You know what? Entire past tribe.
You did not pick me for the merge feast.
Same.
I am tiny. I am like 8. Oh, she's like 80. She's like 90 to 100 pounds, right? Like looking at her, she's like 90 to 100 pounds, roughly on there. Maybe pushing 110.
Weight since they started.
Yeah,
they've
maybe
been in there not even 2 weeks yet, and you can already tell a difference in the way that some of them look. Definitely.
You did not pick me for the merge feast. You did not pick me to be safe. You picked Nasir. Right. So she even said, "I see where I stand now." And who was all over her? Deshaun, Danny, and Sydney, and Heather. So your tribe essentially picked Nasir over you.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck them. I'm saving myself. I'm saving myself.
Yep.
So they get to the merge feast. You know, everybody's saying hi, hello. I thought Shane exposing Liana's advantage to Tiffany was terrible move by it.
Messy. That is one part of her game that has had a flaw in it. That and giving Ricard her advantage was really dumb of her. I think that she knew that Liana was with Tiffany because Liana had told her that on the journey together. Mm-hmm. But I think that she overshot it in the sense of I don't think Liana even wanted Tiff to know that she was cool with Shan.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was terrible with Shan. I thought it was an awful move.
It was.
And it exposed it to Tiffany. And then, so Liana had to explain her advantage to Shan and Tiffany. And she's like, Tiffany's like, don't worry, I'm not even gonna tell Evie. So we're fine. You and me, girl. I got you. Da da da. Has
Yeah.
confessional. I can't trust her. She's telling this girl about the advantages, but won't tell me. What's up with that?
Yeah.
So if she's
She had
gonna
a
be like
point.
that, I don't think I would trust her. But she has every right to say that.
Absolutely. I think she had a point.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm glad to see that that girl is playing smart. She has one of the best advantages in the entire game, and I'm so glad that she's not being dumb with it and using it right away or, making herself a huge target with it. She literally has one of the best advantages in the game. People know about it, and still her name has not come up going home.
So I didn't realize it was at tribal. I just thought it meant in general. So she has to stand up at tribal and ask for it. I think that's what she said. And that's crazy. That's ballsy. Hey, give me your idol, bitch.
Yep. That's essentially what it is, too.
Yeah. Nasir and Xander, we mentioned earlier, Bond and Xander's like, hey, I'm the only guy not safe. Like, you guys should keep me safe here. If not, like, we're gonna be targets to these women, da da da. Which is the right move by Xander. I like that move. He needs to go to talk to Danny and Deshawn though, because like Dan, let's face it. You look at Danny, he screams leader. He
Oh,
screams front runner.
yeah. He screams target. He screams front runner.
He's the person you just sit down and be like, hey, I'm a threat. You keep me around. Let's keep the threats in the game. Let's work together. Yada yada yada. That's the person he needs to be pitching this to. Um, but Nasir's not a bad option.
No.
Because he knows Nasir has the idol as well, so there's something they can bond over.
Dude, it's gonna break America's heart if Nasir goes home.
I love Nasir too.
I know.
I watched his preseason press. I'm like, man, I'm just not feeling this guy. I'm so wrong about him. I was just like, this guy's gonna be he's gonna be over. He's gonna be gone so fast. Same thing with Xander. I watched this preseason. I was like, this dude's gonna be so lost. He's gonna be so, and the dude my favorite. So
my favorite is so far. I would probably say Shan, just because I've been a Shan fan since day one. Like literally, she was my first draft pick, and I almost picked. Who did I almost pick over Shan? I forget.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I almost picked somebody else over Shan. I'm glad I didn't. She's really been a rock star.
Yeah,
but,
she's been the pre-merge MVP.
Yeah.
So who would you say your front runners are going into this merge? Like, give me five. Give me five. Your top five. Yeah.
Shan, Liana, Xander, not Xander. Shan, Liana, Evie, Danny, and Deshawn. Probably those five.
So I think going into this merge, I'm really worried about Ricard. I don't see a place for him. He's my last draft pick. I feel like he can find, if he can survive a few votes, I think he can wheedle into some places. My concern is I don't see like a big group approaching him.
No.
So I think my top five would be Shan. She has had the best edit, so I could see them giving her the winner edit. I think Danny has a great chance. Deshawn.
Yeah.
And I have Xander, then Liana.
Win. It's possible.
And then I have Liana and then Xander 5. I think Xander's gotten a lot of TV time where he's been in trouble, but he's dodged all these bullets. And if Erica flips it, he's become safe, and he still has 2 advantages.
If Liana wasn't so against Xander, I would feel better for him. But she knows he's a threat, and I'm worried that she's going to convince Shan that he's a threat as well, and then it's over for him if he's got those 2 girls against him.
But if he has the guys backing him, it might be a different story.
Yes, but you have to remember there's an All Black Alliance as well.
That's true. But we until we see them work together actively, it's hard to say they're going to be the dominating alliance.
What Xander needs to do is Xander needs to pull like Tiffany, all the people on the bottom together and be like, listen, Liana does no, I guess he doesn't know Liana has that knowledge power.
Yeah, Tiffany's the only one that knows.
Pull the people on the bottom together and be able to do something.
if Tiffany, I think if Xander could be saved, it'd be by Tiffany,
Yeah, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
which could be possible.
It could be,
Tiffany,
it very could be possible, very much
Tiffany
so.
could be like, you know what?
Especially
Forget
if
that
Tiana
girl.
is not trusting Tiffany, and Tiffany starts catching wind of that, she's gonna jump so fucking fast over to
So
somebody else.
fast, so
Oh
fast.
yeah,
So
Tiffany has been. Let me tell you what, Tiffany's also been a pleasant surprise this game.
yes,
You
yes, she
gotta love
has.
her. Yeah,
I,
she
I
really
I
has.
was upset that she stayed when she stayed, but she's definitely brought a lot more than I
Yes,
anticipated
she
through.
redeemed herself for sure.
Yes. Um. So we didn't touch on the Exile Island with Erica. We did get a good portion, like I want to say 10 minutes of her talking about her journey, about how Survivor hasn't been as fun as she thought she has been, how she feels like she's on the bottom, and she's been safe the entire time with she feels no security of being safe.
Right, she doesn't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, so all that happened, and we get to see her like be like, I can do this. I know I can do this. She sits there and does the fire. Then Jeff approaches her and tells her about the hourglass that she wants to break it.
Yep.
If she breaks it, all the people who are safe aren't safe anymore, and they have to compete in the immunity challenge. And the people who weren't safe are safe now, including her. So to me, it would take me 0.2 seconds after you said you're
Oh,
safe.
Jeff wouldn't be able to get the boat before I break that
Yeah.
thing. I'm safe.
Uh,
Okay, boom.
I would be like, dude, I don't need. You don't need to walk away, bro. Pick up the crumbs. I gotta make a fire.
It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy
Yeah.
decision. If she
Yeah.
doesn't take it, I think it'd be one of the worst moves ever, probably.
Yeah. Her whole
The only
tribe
thing
picked
I can see
Nasir
why
over
she wouldn't
her.
take it is because she doesn't want to piss off her old tribe members. That'd be the only reason why I could see her not taking it.
But her whole tribe picked picked
I
Nasir over
know
her.
that, but I'm just saying, if there was anything, that would be it.
Clearly, you're at the bottom.
Yeah.
Not Heather, not Sydney, not Deshaun, not Danny.
Now she's got important.
Yeah,
I don't like
we'll
how
see.
we're having an advantage every week. That's what it
Oh,
seems like. We got a new advantage every week, and nobody remembers
we
who has
need
what.
we need a spreadsheet on these advantages.
Well, Xander's got an extra vote.
Uh,
Danny's got an idol.
yep.
Shan's the same.
Shan's
Shannon's
the
the
same.
exact same. But
Nasir has the
Ricard has it
idol.
still, right? Or did Ricard give it back to her finally?
Yeah, Ricard gave it back to her. Shane
Okay.
or Nasir has the idol.
Nasir has an idol, and then
Liana has the
has
advantage
knowledge
to
of
steal.
power.
Yeah. Is that it?
Are the steel? Isn't it a steel vote?
Oh, Sean has something. It's a
Yeah,
steel bolt.
Sean's got. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Is that it? Because Brad got sent home with his 2 stuff.
Yep.
JD gave his up. No, she gave it up for Deshaun.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of. Tiffany doesn't have anything.
No, which was weird. I totally thought she took it. We talked about that in the episode.
Danny, Deshaun, Heather, Erica, which Erica now has the time turner advantage.
Yeah.
And then who's the other 2 people? Oh, Danny, Deshaun's got something. Danny. I'm missing someone on that try. Oh, Nasir. Yeah, he's got the idol.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. So yeah, it pretty much ends on the episode of Erica making up the decision. We get to see. Oh, we did mention earlier we did get to see a whole Black Alliance. I really hope that we don't see people sacrifice their game to keep this alliance together, because overall it hurt the season of Big Brother 23, which I understand the message. It was a great message. It was a great thing they accomplished. It's something very impressive. But let's face it, if it's a final 4 with those 4, Danny's winning.
Yeah.
Danny's making it to final 3. He's winning that immunity challenge. I just feel like he's gonna be seen as the head of the alliance at the merge. Shan's people who seen Shan.
Shan's got a control problem.
Yeah, but she's had that control on the tribe that none of these merge people seen. The only person that's seen is Ricard.
That's true, but
that
makes it even better for her, though.
Yeah, but nobody who. What are they gonna? What's she gonna say? Oh, I controlled my merge, my pre-merge tribe.
Able to use her same, ways that she did over here.
Okay, she could possibly, but if that 4 gets to the end, the perception is Danny was the head of the alliance. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
because the big strong guys are going to get rewarded for that. It's always been happening in Survivor, and Big Brother, honestly
Big
too.
Brother.
So like you can't go to the end. No offense to women with Danny. Danny is somebody you can't. Brad was somebody you could go to the end with.
Oh yeah.
Danny, you can't.
Both
He has this
way. Same.
he has this presence and this charisma about him that people just enjoy his company.
Right.
And he's gonna win immunities. We already know he's gonna win some immunities. So if he makes it to the four with that four, Danny's gonna win. We're gonna have another Xavier on our hands, and Shan may not even get there
Boring.
because what if Danny wins, he's taking Deshaun, and
Oh
then
yeah.
it's
100%.
Leanna and then Shan, and what if Leanna beats her in fire? Then it's Leanna, Deshaun, and Danny. Danny's winning that.
I just don't think Danny's got a lot of screen time to be a winner at it, but I could be
To
very. I mean, I just
but
also too, to be completely honest, I don't believe in winning edits because we've had plenty of winners who have not had winning edits, like Natalie White, like I would say I can't do it too.
um
Vivisepia did not have a winning
yeah
edit.
uh
Um,
Sophie didn't really have a winning
no,
edit.
Sophie didn't really have a winning edit.
No.
Um,
Uh,
Michelle didn't really have a winning edit. So I mean,
Chris
it's
Underwood.
yeah, Chris Underwood definitely didn't have it. I mean, definitely did not. Tommy really didn't have a winning edit. So what winning edits? I mean, there was been debunked many times. Listen, Troyzan made it to final three in Game Changers, and he had 11 confessionals total in that game. Like, you know what I mean? So I don't necessarily believe that is always a true teller, but
Let's see,
it should be
Survivor.
Boyd Spencer.
Yeah, Survivor is a game where you're trying to win people's votes that are on the island, not the fans. You're not
Yeah,
winning the fans' votes. The fan votes are going to give you nothing. Maybe another chance to play if you want to play again.
right.
We did get to see them talk about how this is the hardest thing they've ever done. Evie said that was the first time they ate in 3 days. It's just
They did that challenge.
yeah, they ate rice the first time and they act like they were eating buffet. The people who didn't win that challenge.
He definitely
Yeah,
said that was going to be harder, and it has been.
yeah. I just feel like it. Like I said, it just felt like we missed too much. Like,
Yeah.
where do we go from here now? Like, what's happening? I'm not even sure.
Time turn advantage, Leonda's knowledge of power. We still got the idol.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I I personally would have preferred a 2 hour episode
Mm-hmm.
and seen it all play out in one episode and get one big merge vote. And we have plenty of time of this whole conversations. There's no rush because I feel like this next episode could be rushed with as how much they got to throw in there.
Yeah.
So
I like that they don't have the intro. Doesn't waste
yeah,
time.
yeah. I don't care. Like people are upset about the intro, but it starts right up. More time. Awesome. Give me them more time. So, but overall, I thought this episode was okay. I have been on defending this season, but these advantages are not helping these last two episodes. These event we if she hits the hourglass, this whole last episode just was for nothing. It was a waste of our time. So I'm saying it would have worked better as a 2 episode or just 2 hour episode. But who knows? Maybe she doesn't hit it and she gets voted out and it's just like
So funny. Too much.
But yeah, it was okay. I hope the merge kicks into high gear because we need to stop getting advantages. We have plenty
of a lot of power players left. There's still a lot of power players. We had a good pre-merge where people like Genie and people like Voce went out. Where I think that them being out doesn't really affect the merge that much. Now we have Shan, we have Evie, we have Danny, we have Deshaun, we have Nasir.
Tiffany.
Like these are big. Tiffany, like these are big players that are going to matter. Who all are trying to win and do the game.
I feel like the only goat left in the game is Heather.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody else has a fighting chance to try to make something happen. Even Erica.
Say that.
Even Erica.
Cast that you actually can believe and see a winning game from any of them except for one.
Even Erica could pull something out. thing because she's very smart. The problem with Erica is that we just haven't been able to see it because she's been winning.
They gave her a lot of screen time tonight, so a
Yeah.
lot of screen time. So I feel like we're starting to lose other players now, like Deshaun. We haven't got a lot about Deshaun lately, or I would say like Xander. Even Xander, the past couple episodes has been quiet. So I'm ready to see some more of other players still.
Gotcha. But all right. I think that's it. We promise Africa's coming.
I've given up on it.
Oh, we can just skip it then. No,
I want to go over it. Frank doesn't like it.
I've watched this episode twice now.
I've watched them 3 times.
We just got to do it. I just watched another day for the second time. We're gonna do it in the next day or two, probably. Hopefully,
we have time now that Big Brother's over.
Yeah,
to do it.
Yeah, I've just been going through a lot. There's other life stuff going on right now. If not this week, next week. Weekends. The problem is the weekends have been really busy for me, and we did a lot of recording on the weekends. And me being so busy on the weekends makes it hard for us to do it.
Then he wants to do it at like 10 o'clock my time, and I'm like literally falling asleep.
Hey, October is a busy month for me. I got a lot of things that happen in October.
The next 2 months are going to be busy for me. But that's okay.
Yeah, I know. Retail life.
This is our fun stuff.
But all right, thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you think about the episode. What do you think about the season? You think we're here to see a kick-ass merge, or you're just so over these advantages? I can see it either way. Give us a like and subscribe. It means a lot to us. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time, thanks. Bye.